I just want to say one thing about this scandal, and to me, it's so reminiscent of the Jack Abramoff scandal. It's like it starts. It's a little story about lobbyists and they're doing really clearly sort of illegal favors for Indian casinos. The favors aren't illegal, but the bribes were illegal. And when the U.S. Attorney story broke, it was clearly not a tiny story, but I mean, you think, okay, these guys deceived the country and the world about Iraq's weapons of mass destruction, their nuclear readiness, and started an aggressive war with a country that was no threat to us, and in the process, we've tortured people and violated the Constitution and broke the FISA law, and then eliminate habeas corpus. They did that legally because they got Congress to go along. But they've broken laws right and left and ignored the Constitution, and we have Republicans calling them was the worst administration ever, the worst president the United States has ever had. Clearly, crime after crime after crime, and deceit after deceit after deceit. And it's going to be the firing of they outed a CIA agent in the process of leading people to believe different circumstances about Iraq to lead to the war. And it's going to be the firing of U.S. attorneys that may actually cost Karl Rove his job.
Yeah, Ben, I feel the same way as you do. I feel like, God, we should have gotten them on a billion other things. But the function of why this is such a much bigger story than all those more egregious things, Ben, in my opinion, is just simply a function of time. This is the first huge thing that broke when the Democrats were in power, and they could subpoena people, and they could force them to testify. If the Democrats had been in charge when all the other things were happening, and they were going to get to them, too. They were going to get to the Halliburtons, and they were going to get to the torture, and they were going to get to, the money we lost in Iraq and warrantless wiretapping, et cetera, et cetera. They just didn't have time because there's so many scandals, because for 6 years they had nothing but hubris and arrogance and corruption, and they thought we can get away with anything. And so it built up, and now it's like a pot boiling over. And so they don't know what to do with it. All the scandals are boiling over. They're trying to keep up with them. Walter Reed and
right.
and the firing of the prosecutors and the violation of the Patriot Act and
look, I mean, I'm not. There's no part. I don't think I'm being partisan here at all. I know you'll agree with me, Cenk, and you were a Republican back then. These are actual scandals. We're not talking about Travelgate for crying out.
Travelgate. Come on, what are we talking about? Travelgate? We're talking about Travelgate. We're talking about Travelgate. Anybody remember what Travelgate was? First of all, the answer is no.
Right.
No. But first of all, no one remembers. You know why? Because it was nothing.
It wasn't a scandal.
They were traveling somewhere. What? Okay. I mean, what? Filegate. What was Filegate? Anybody remember any of the scandals? The
Rose Law Firm billing.
Okay. Aside from Monica, can you even really put together a sentence on what any of this? Whitewater. Everybody knows Whitewater. I keep hearing from all Republicans still to this day, right? Not all Republicans, but the crazy diehards that are still left, right? All right, in a sentence, tell me what Whitewater was. Okay, you can't, because what a land deal in Arkansas, and really, okay, and what happened in that land deal?
Yeah, they lost a lot of money.
They lost. Okay, but how did they? What did they do? Did they bribe? Did they steal? What happened in Whitewater?
They used their influence.
Well, first of all, of course, they investigated for $80 million and found nothing on Whitewater. But besides that, you can't even remember what it was because it was so stupid. It was something that happened in the 1912. Okay, it was okay. I mean, Strom Thurmond was a kid when it happened, and Ben's right. These are real scandals, not BS scandals. And look, it's just one last thing on this partisan, nonpartisan thing. The Mark Rich pardon was terrible. There was no need for that pardon. It was terrible. And Clinton didn't do everything right. He screwed up Somalia. He screwed up a decent number of things. Overall, though, the guy was a damn good president, and there weren't really any real scandals, okay? These are the real scandals.